on site reporting at Lambeau Field. I'm here at Wonderful Associated Bank Gate. I'm probably the most sober person here right now, considering I haven't had a drop of alcohol, and that is in fact what everyone else around here is not doing. So, I will be getting a drink and reporting back to you soon. Thanks.
All right, welcome to week 12 of the League of Ogbrenary Jabronis, Steve. Back from Lambeau Field, how was it? I mean, obviously you had a great time because the Vikings just suck. So.
Completely shit the bed. Yeah. The game was really fun.
It was probably a lot more fun to be there in person than it was just the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Even just watching it probably wasn't that fun, but just like the atmosphere being at Lambeau is probably like 10 times more.
Yes.
It's way just being at a football game is just fun, period. Like even if it's a stomp in either direction.
Yeah. It's just a great experience. Like it's a great vibe.
But unfortunately the game was terrible.
Yeah, no, it was
very one-sided.
It's beating that's
smacking
stuff,
your divisional, your hated divisional rival at home is always fun, but you kind of want it at the back of your mind. You still want it to be
I wanted it to be more competitive.
You would want Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson to be doing the thing. And,
exactly. I really wanted to see more out of Justin Jefferson, and I did see what I felt like was a checked out Justin Jefferson this game. He beat those allegations for maybe 2 games, and now he's back to.
I disagree.
But JJ McCarthy,
he's not checked out. The problem,
the
problem is JJ McCarthy straight up, and we'll get into that when we talk about.
When we talk about
JJ Marcus Russell, but
yeah.
And
while the game was great, I have to say the highlight of it all for me was doing bits with Leroy Butler and my dad. That was super fun.
Was it just you and your dad, or did you go with Shiloh?
Yeah, just the two of us.
Cool. So it was a dad father-son thing.
Yeah, father-son thing. I always ask for experiences for birthday and Christmas presents, and so this was my birthday present, and the getting to meet Leroy Butler was my Christmas present. So. I got a signed jersey out of it, and we did bits with Leroy Butler.
You're not even wearing it today for the podcast.
I'm not. No, I could go get it.
No, actually, next time. Well,
it's signed on the back, not the front.
Well, next time.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So instead of doing the thing where you wear the Kraken gear, you got to.
Yeah, I gotta go get my Butler jersey out. Yeah, exactly. That'd be great. But yeah, no, I have a video of him barreled over laughing at our bits. So. I think that's a pretty special moment and something I will remember for the rest of my life.
Nice.
Just being able to shake the hand of the man who invented the Lambeau Leap. And that's a really cool moment. So I had a great time.
Awesome. Unfortunately for Casey, Josh Jacobs couldn't play. That sucks. That basically all your no Jaden Reed, no Josh Jacobs.
Oh yeah, exactly. No Tucker Kraft.
No Tucker Kraft.
I got to watch Micah Parsons do work though, and that's something
true.
I was pretty.
You did get to see
about.
Micah Parsons in person. That's pretty special.
Yeah, I got
and
to
he had
see
a good game.
Parsons. He
was good.
He did have a good game. It was a really solid performance by the defense all around, and banged up Vikings offensive line, JJ McCarthy holding onto the ball for way too long. You kind of had a sense that this would be coming, but it was still really cool to see in person, and just it's so much more obvious in person how much Micah Parsons affects the game.
Oh, of course.
It's just it's on, you see it on every single play, and it's every play he's in the game.
If you go back and watch, if you watch all 22 film and you just focus on star defensive players, if you watch just Chris Jones play on a game where he didn't get any sacks, you can see him 10 or 12 times a game just completely cause a breakdown.
Yeah,
makes
exactly.
That
someone else gets something out of it, or
exactly,
or
just completely
interception or something
causes the interception, or just completely breaks the play down to the point where whatever the offensive play call was doesn't work because he was there, even though he didn't do anything statistically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it's just nice being back in the Midwest for a little bit. It's been 7 years since I was back, aside from being in Detroit for a few days in 23. So. That was really dope too. Got a lot of cheese. Got some good beers coming back too. So,
no corn.
South Sound folks, get at me. No corn. No, it's Wisconsin. It's cheese country. It's less corn.
Cheese and beer.
So. Cheese and beer. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
It's good stuff. Well, Shall we do the path to the playoffs first?
Yes, let's
or
talk
do you wanna
about
start with
playoffs.
matchups?
Let's talk about the
Yeah.
playoff picture. I think that would be
Yeah.
more poignant at the beginning of our podcast than
Great.
at the end. So let's get into it.
Yeah, so we'll start with the folks who are clinched, which at this point is Danny. I'm pretty sure you can drop 2 games and you will not be out of the playoffs at this point.
Danny definitely is.
I think you have a clinched playoff spot. Seeding is TBD, depending on your next 2 games.
God, that's the first and second seed are very much up in the air right now.
Up in the air, yeah.
I guess Josh and Jordan are in the running, depending on how the next 2 weeks pan out.
John, Jordan, Trevor, and I are all theoretically in the running.
I would say most likely it would be
most likely
Danny, Josh, and Jordan. I think are the 3 that will secure.
Jordan has probably
the likely ones.
Jordan has probably the easiest strength of schedule.
Yes.
Right? Trevor is going up against John and Josh. I play Matt and Danny. Jordan plays Scott, you, and Casey. John plays Trevor and Ben. And then Josh plays Ben and Trevor. So those 2 have the exact same strength of schedule at this point.
Yeah.
And I didn't actually look at Danny's upcoming matchups. I know he's got me in week 14, but I don't know who he's got next week, off the top of my head, at least. Kelsey. He's got Kelsey next week, based on my notes here.
Tough matchup.
So 2 theoretically tough matchups for Danny. Historically, he and I have gone pretty toe to toe in ways, and that's usually a close game. So looking forward to that. But you've clinched.
Trevor's team has really snuck into the conversation in the last 4 weeks. Like the last month has been really kind to him. I think he kind of checked out like a month and a half ago.
Yeah,
and I was talking to him yesterday. I was like, "Hey man, you're kind of sneaking into the playoffs there," and he's like, "Playoffs? I'm trying to get the 101 pick." I was like, "Brother, Ben sold the farm. Ben sold the farm weeks ago." He's like, "What? I missed Ben selling the farm. Why didn't he say anything?" I'm like, "He was trading players, bro.
He traded a bunch.
Pay attention.
You gotta pay attention."
He was like, "Well, that's bullshit. He shouldn't be able to just trade Saquon for peanuts and get rid of Devontae Adams. You just sell all your good players. Like, what the fuck? That's bullshit." I'm like, "Well, it's dynasty, man." He's like, "No, that's kind of
that's what it happens." Yeah. Well, deal with it, Trevor. Like this is the format.
No, Trevor's in a position where he can't really sell his old player. Like who's really going to give him fair value for Travis Kelsey? Like Travis Kelsey, who's the tight end 2 on the year, is still worth probably like a first round pick. Because I
don't think he's going to get that.
Yeah, you're not going to get that. It's
good luck if you get a third.
Because Trevor's still contending. He still has a good roster. He can still compete in the playoffs. He's not going to just get rid of Travis Kelsey for free. He's not going to fire sale. So he's in a really weird spot. But he's got a lot of young players like Puka Nakua that he hit on in the draft, and he's got
Puka and Chase Brown isn't bad.
This is why I wish that we could disable the projections in sleepers, because his projected points every week is really low because the IDP projections are stupid.
Right.
Because he has high variance IDP options. Like he has Jared Verse and Khalil Mack and TJ Watt. I almost said JJ Watt.
Yeah.
TJ Watt, and he can get 130 points from his defense every week. You know what I mean?
But if things go his way, but it's high variance. Right. You're flipping a coin on a lot of those,
which
guys
is really the reason why
it's
really the reason why he's in the position he's in right now, is because his defense. Like TJ Watt has finally come back. Like he's a strip sack artist. A strip sack's like 15 points. So
yeah. I think there were a lot of parallels to Trevor's current team and my team in the first year, with the super high variance on the defense, like really chasing after sacks in a lot of ways.
And
I retooled mine to be struggling offensively. Exactly.
He's been really
retooled into a lot of a high floor defense and trying to do that. And that I think has been better for me in the long term. And just, still playing 1 or 2 of those high variance players, but
Trevor in particular has been really sapped by Chris Godwin's ankle dislocation, which it's been a struggle for him coming back from that. Chris Brown
Yeah.
being affected by a very inept Cincinnati
quarterbacking.
offense.
Yeah.
Alvin
yeah,
Kamara literally hitting the age cliff. Unfortunately, he's just kind of
Yeah.
fallen off statistically. And then Chuba Hubbard basically losing his job. It's been rough sledding for him, but he's gotten a lot of key players back, and he's kind of hit with some injury luck with Devin Singletary finding use in the Giants offense and things like that. But yeah, Trevor's kind of a dark horse team, but it's likely that he'll get bounced just based on the interesting aspect of playoffs, which is the 6th seed, which is why we have this funky rule, right?
Exactly.
So right now
he's a pretty good candidate to get dropped for the 6th seed. Right now.
He needs to basically win out, right? Like Trevor needs to like win.
All of the 7 and 5 teams really need to win
because they
kind of the way I see this going. They need to win one at least. I think 8 wins is pretty much the floor. Usually, if any of the 7 and 5 teams lose 2 and wind up 7 and 7, you're probably going to drop out.
Yeah, and I think Trevor and John are the most risk.
Exactly.
For that. Yeah.
Exactly. Those are the 2 that I would say are at the most risk, and that's who Joe has to root for, and you have to root for. You're still basically a lock for, well, not a lock, but you're the front runner for the 6th seed rule.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That my weird fucking season with the crazy variance of getting scored on super hard for the last month, and then also my team just like dealing with a lot of really weird quarterback and just like weird team situations all across the board, and then also brutal injuries for me for very key players. Like, I don't have that many injuries, but I have very significant ones for key players. Puts me in a situation where I've lost. Yeah, puts me in a situation where I've lost a lot of games in the last month, and I basically fell out of being like the 3rd seed to basically being the gatekeeper of the 6th seed, because currently I am playing. Like my last 2 matches basically don't matter. Like I could win out and maybe get 5th or 4th seed potentially.
There is a very,
but I'd need a lot of help.
There is a very real chance that I drop 2 games, wind up out of the playoffs, and then or I wind up at the 6th seed, subbed into the 6th seed. There's a very real chance of that. If I drop 2 games and go to 7 and 7, I could wind up in the 6th seed by points 4 as the tiebreaker. Bumped out of the 6th seed 4 points 4 for myself.
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean,
it's a possibility. At least,
I would say that's less than a 10% chance of happening.
How would that actually work with the 6th seed rule? Because if I got in on the 6th seed as a tiebreaker,
actually, I don't
4
think
points
that
4, and then got bumped for it,
Steve, I don't think that mathematically could happen.
If I drop 2 games and wind up 7 and 7 because I lose to Matt and Danny,
you would need to sim all the possible scenarios where you have a record of 7 and something, and everyone else has a record either above or below that. So you're on an island with 7 wins.
Exactly. With 7
the likelihood of that happening, like I don't think mathematically.
Super unlikely.
Yeah, I think I said, I think that's less than a 10% chance of happening. Like I think
so too.
I think
but
it's
a theoretical outcome. I'm probably in, but like because there's theoretically a weird situation where I am the 6th seed by tiebreaker and then get bumped because I am technically then a playoff team in the 6th seed at the beginning, and then I get sent, which would be wild.
Yeah, that would be absolutely catastrophic for me too.
Wouldn't that be? That would, well, yeah, because then you would get in theoretically over me in that if you drop 2 kind of thing. But still score relatively well. I think it's a possibility, but I do think it's extremely.
I mean, I think there's a world where that happens, where you lose out and I lose out, and you become the 6th seed gatekeeper, even though you're 3rd currently.
Well, no, but that's the thing is, even though I am 3rd and would have the highest points for, I would be the 6th seed that would be bumped by the way our rule is written.
Right.
So I would then miss playoffs for the team that had the most.
Well, no, if you are the 6th seed with the points for,
that's not how it's currently written in the Constitution. At least,
well, that's how it works.
I know that's the
No.
But
That is how it works.
'cause,
It's.
it should work that way.
It spots.
That's the
No. That's how it works because it
for
spots
1 through 5.
It spots 1 through 5 are the playoffs based on record.
Okay.
The sixth seed is reserved for the team
that's
that
the intention.
isn't in 1 through 5. I mean, maybe we need to clarify the rules.
I think we may need to. I mean,
That's off-season discussion, but we all know what the rule is.
That is
right?
the spirit of the rule for sure. I don't think there's any question about that.
Sixth seed goes to the team that had the most points for. That's the rule.
And I think we may
regardless of their record. That's what the rule is.
Well, then
it doesn't matter if you're sixth.
The way it's written right now is that it's for non-playoff teams with the most points for.
Well, playoff teams are 1 through 5.
Right. So that's the definition that we need to add.
It's basically. So I think we all understand what the rule is, but it's not. Playoff teams are 1 through 5th seed.
1 through 5. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Those are playoff
teams.
teams.
Seed is basically wild card.
The 6th seed is the wild card. That's what we call it.
Yeah.
It's the wild card team, right?
Yeah.
It's a playoff team, right? And you can be, and in fact,
the highest
in the past, I think
sense.
I think John. It was either John or Niall was.
I think
sixth.
It might have been Niall.
They were 6th, but they were also the points for leader, who weren't one of the 1 through 5th seed, and they were. So I didn't need to touch it that season. I just let it ride.
Right.
I think it's happened a couple. That also happened with Kelsey, the year I won in redraft. Like 4 years ago.
4
that
years
happened
ago,
with her. So
anyway,
but that would be wild. I would be very sad, and I would congratulate Matt on his fantastic draft position if that was the case, because all these teams with absolute dog shit max PF are getting in. So that's cool for me.
Yeah, no, it's like it would be pretty wild, huh?
I would be pretty tilted if that happened, but it's not like any of my draft picks have actually helped me. So
you know what that means, though, is like the smaller the delta between your PF and your max PF is really a measure in many ways. It's like obviously there's some luck there, but I think that the smaller that delta is, to me means that that's the better your process is. You know,
mine is
the
very
larger
slim
of the gap
because my roster is constructed almost entirely of backup running backs. So I'm not just like stashing like 5 flyer defensive backs that get 40 points randomly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
That's not my process.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think
that's an effective way of boosting your PF or max PF is to just roster
PF.
flyer
a
DBs.
Bunch of flyer DBs, exactly, who are like, oh, well, I guess.
Or just taking a bunch of quarterbacks. Like you could just soak up all the waiver wire quarterbacks and just boost your max PF.
Boost your max PF. And if you really wanted to intentionally get worse draft position for some reason. Actually, that's a funny idea. If you are, you have all your assets traded away. You know, and you've made it out of the playoffs, or you're say me next year, I don't have a first, and I may not have a second, and whatever, like my injury luck gets even worse. Like that's kind of an advanced tanking solution of filling up your roster with a bunch of quarterbacks to soak up points and get a higher max PF.
If you don't own your picks and you're not a contender, you're doing something very wrong.
Yeah, it's a bad situation to be in
or
you're
dealing with insane injury variance.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if like my injury variance got absolutely worse last year, I could see that happening as something. Or like Danny's team, for instance.
Which is why my situation, if I don't make playoffs this year, I'm in a really fucked up situation.
Not great.
Because I own 2
not
picks.
Great, Bob.
I have 2 picks and one of them's yours. Yep.
Yeah, not great.
It's fun. Yeah, we needed a season like this where it's like you were complaining about it last year. It's like we needed to throw the picks in a blender. I was like, "Fuck you, Steve. I'm gonna do that."
Yeah,
I'm gonna show you.
I'm glad. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting to have that.
It'll definitely break down parity.
Resource disadvantage, and those resource disadvantages are going to drive players to do different things and take more chances and scour the waiver wire. And I feel like for me, that's what's fun about fantasy, and especially about Dynasty.
I've had far
making
more
those
luck with
diamonds
waiver
in their
wire
rough.
pickups than I've had with draft picks. Like my waiver wire, my fab budget seems to be more valuable than my draft picks. So
I kind of feel the same. I mean, one of my top performers this season has been Chimera Dike. Yeah, which is a great 0 fab pickup. Maybe like 3 fab or something.
Gadsden right after the draft, just
exactly.
Him,
just snag him.
It was better than any of my draft picks I made.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Not that my draft picks haven't been great, but I mean, Cam Ward and
your draft picks have been. You won a championship because you retooled your roster with a ridiculously good draft list. Shut up.
Exactly. No, I mean,
I have
all of those dudes. All of those dudes have been fucking injured this season.
That's true. Yeah, because
Brian Thomas,
Bucky Irving is gone.
Reed, Bucky Irving, and
it's bad.
Jalen McMillan.
All of them are gone.
Fucking most of the year, if not all of the year to this point. Yeah. Like, I got 1 week out of Bucky Irving and Jaden Reed to this point. They're both looking like they're coming back this week or next week,
which is hilarious because you look at Jordan's team and how like down bad he was last season because Bucky Irving was going off and like Rashad White and Sean Tucker was such an important part of his team in the inaugural year. And then this year Bucky Irving is gone and now he's going the fuck off. It helps to have CMC
healthy, but yeah, absolutely. and another year removed from the bad injury. So
anyway, let's talk about matchups. Joe's not here today.
Yeah, let's get into the matchups. No Joe here today.
I hope Joe's okay.
Just to say that
I don't know what's going on with Joe.
One quick thing before we get into matchups, which is Kelsey, you got a chance. It's time to lock in. Like, lean into the chair, gamer mode activate. Like, you have a chance if you win out. And
so
you
does Joe. It's Joe too. Joe and Kelsey. So assuming that ridiculous situation we talked about earlier, where
if you beat Danny, then you've got a really good shot.
Well, if
because your week 15 is Matt.
If the weird situation doesn't occur where Steve gets the 6 seed over me, and Kelsey and Joe and I are tied, we're all effectively in a 3-way race for 6th over the next 2 weeks.
Yes,
at minimum. Minimum. One or two of us, I think, could get in just based on record and be 1 through 5. But Kelsey, basically, Joe and Kelsey are directly competing with me, who are both roughly 70 points behind me in PF.
Kelsey a little less. I think she's 63 and Joe is like 80 something, right?
No, Joe
63 and 83 Kelsey, or 73 or something.
Kelsey I think is like 60 and Joe is 70. It's like it's like a 10-point difference.
They aren't that far apart.
That's not that's not.
Those are not insurmountable. Like you could get that delta in 1 week if Scott's team shifts the bed for whatever reason,
which happens all the time. So
it's reasonable for that to happen. And then like a go off versus a shit the bed, a 70-point delta is surmountable in 1 week, and 2 35-point deltas not that weird either.
Every week you don't beat me in points puts you way out in terms of the 6 seed. So you basically got to
pretty much, you exactly. And so you either win out or you. I mean, if you all go 1-1, and then one of the 7-5 teams goes 0-2, which is totally possible, then we may have at least 1, maybe 2 7. Like if there are some ways it can work and some ways it can't, because there are a lot of the 7-win teams are playing. Trevor, John, and Josh are all gonna have. They're in the midst of a big 3-way dogfight here.
Yeah,
because Trevor plays both John and Josh, and then
two heavy hitters.
John and Josh also have Trevor and Ben.
Yeah.
So Ben is kind of the weird wild card here. And it's the thing that's likely going to put both John and Josh secured into the playoffs.
Right.
Because I suspect John will go 1-1 and get in on an 8-6. Mm-hmm. I suspect Josh could either go 2-0 or 1-1, depending on how he fares against Trevor. But you suspect a win against Ben just because, that's the scenario.
Just based on power rankings, it's likely that Josh is a lock, just based on his strength of schedule.
I
and just the
suspect Josh
players he
will have
has.
clinched.
Yeah.
I mean, if Josh wins against Ben next week, he can just take a bye on week 14. He will basically have been clinched. Don't do that. Obviously, that would be against the rules.
Yeah.
But that is your Josh is basically a lock. Jordan has a pretty easy schedule as well, theoretically, like we said earlier. And then, Trevor and I are kind of. I have Danny, but I should be able to beat Matt, although I didn't earlier in the regular season. But
yeah, I didn't either. I thought I was going to do that too, and that's why I'm in the position I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in this weird position where I'm basically a lock for playoffs, and I don't need to win any games, which is extremely odd. I just need to.
It's really weird. You just need to outscore.
I just need to outscore. I just need to outscore Joe and Kelsey for like a week, and I'll be fine.
Yep. Unless I lose 2.
Yeah. If I lose both weeks and both of those two teams make up like you said, 70 and 60 points, like I'm down horrendous if I don't score many points and Kelsey and Joe go off this week. I am in deep.
Yeah, you're in the dire straits at
week
that
14.
Point. We'll get some serious maulment.
But if I win this week and score pretty decently, like maybe I lose the head-to-head points matchup against them by like 10 points, I'm fine. But if I get skunked, my players just suck, and their teams go off, I am fucked.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
The trajectory of my dynasty team and Matt's dynasty team become very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. You
start to
Browns yourself a little bit.
Yep,
honestly,
and it's all because of fucking injuries, man. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's always that. I mean, that's the thing. And I mean, just another quick check in on the Jabroni Hospital leaderboard. Matt, Casey, and I are currently the most
which
injured,
kind of tracks. I mean, those are some of the most like you should unquestionably be the best team. If you had all your healthy players.
If everybody's healthy, I'm unquestionably the strongest.
It's basically you and Jordan at the top.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, based on a all things being equal kind of power ranking.
Yeah.
And Jordan has a better position overall, I would say, because he has more picks.
Yes. He hasn't needed to make any trades.
He has not needed to acquire as much as I have in order to get
because
to
his startup draft was fantastic. I think he had the best startup draft.
I think pretty easily,
and has made the best trades, like fleecing me a 2nd round pick for Jared Goff, and I turned that pick into dust. Good job.
No, good. Jordan's been doing very good.
My fucking draft picks have been so bad. I don't know.
All I'm saying is that I am creeping up on the seasonal leaderboard here for the injuries. I'm poised to overtake Casey this week when it rolls over. And I'm not going to catch
pick up
Matt.
An active injured player and just.
I'm not going to catch. Yeah, just hold it there. Yeah. I don't have. I have too many injured players, so my roster can't handle that, and I'd like to hold on to so many of my guys.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Maybe we need more IR spots, like Danny said.
You know what?
I think basically everyone has a full IR. Basically everybody.
So, yeah. I think that's honestly. I think if this my tune has changed on that, I do think we might need another
Thank you.
IR
Me,
I like the churn,
and Danny and Jordan and everyone else has been absolutely fucked by injuries, and Trevor.
I'm
been
here
like,
there
right.
now. Like I'm just like, okay, I get it. Like I have all my IR slots full, and then I have 4 other players out
on your bench
for other reasons on my bench.
Yeah,
and
it
like
fucking sucks, doesn't it, Steve?
It's like, oof. Well, I don't have many choices now.
I need to make roster decisions,
life.
but I don't want to drop my stud linebacker. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. And not expanding the roster too much was also kind of a fun decision. So I like it. I actually do. I don't know. While I have been hurt by it this year, I do think that it is important that those decisions remain hard. I think that's
absolutely. I want because I know when I'm sitting there hemming and hawing over like who do I drop, I know everyone else is dealing with the same thing. It's not like I drop this guy and then immediately someone's like, "Ooh, thank God."
And like, yeah, there
now
are still
I am
other
infinitely
people
better.
Oh, that actually reminds me. I need to put in a waiver claim right now.
But
Steve, let's talk about matchups.
You have plenty of time to do that.
I
All right.
do, but I don't want to forget.
True.
So,
Okay.
Let's start about matchups. Our very first one is Joe and Jordan. And let's start with Joe and Jahmyr Gibbs, who had an absolutely monstrous run
Historic.
to end that game. And then, the touchdown run to end the game. And just crazy.
He had himself a hat trick. There was 1,000 yards.
You need to take us back a week.
1,000 yards of offense in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Which is ridiculous. I do need to fix that. Sorry. Good shout. There we go. 53 points. Good Lord.
Crazy. That's one of the highest scoring performances in the league, right?
That
for a single player.
I think the I want to say
it's like Myles Garrett, JT, that Kamara Geddon. Like in all time, like 50-point games are fucking rare.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill had a 50 burger our inaugural season.
Right.
During that insane, he almost broke the receiving record.
Yeah, that was a crazy year.
JSN might do that this year. That was crazy. The Giants are
close.
So bad at stopping the run, man. Shane Bowen, their defensive coordinator, got fired by their interim head coach as a result of this performance. Like, that's how
brutal.
That's how bad this was. I mean,
when the interim head coach is chopping people, that's when you know it's bad. But I also think that Kafka is really trying to save his own job and make a case for himself as like, I have enough time to make a pretty good case for myself as a head coach, and maybe I can just inherit this job or at least be a stronger candidate in the coaching cycle if I'm a little bit more aggressive with how I want to put this together and then can show some success with that, even if it is a glimmer at the end of the season. Like,
yeah, I mean,
because the Giants are they're not going to win a lot, but
this was a long time coming because the Giants blew so many, like the historic loss against the Broncos earlier in the year should have really been it for that coaching staff. Like, you can't lose that game. That was
you can't.
That was literally a historic loss. That does not happen. That has never happened before.
Comeback in the final 5 minutes or something. Like,
yeah, that's disgusting.
Just insane.
That's disgusting.
Just insane. Complete coaching malpractice.
Yep.
Well, that's great. Yep. Good job, Jahmyr.
On the other side of the ball, Christian McCaffrey is ridiculous.
Yes.
It's
absolutely.
kind of mind-boggling how it's just him. Like, I'm watching that game. I know it's a primetime game. Everyone's watching it, but it's just like it's this every week. It's screen pass to McCaffrey, run McCaffrey up the gut, run McCaffrey to the outside zone. McCaffrey runs a slant. McCaffrey runs a 9 route. McCaffrey crossing over the middle. McCaffrey halfback dive. McCaffrey, like, it's every play. He had
every single play.
10 touches in the first drive. Most of our fantasy players get 10 touches in a game.
In a whole game.
That's insane.
Scroll down.
This usage is disgusting.
Look at his, how many snaps did the 49ers even play on offense? It's 83%, is his snap number there, which is pretty wild. But also, of the snaps he played, how many were his touches is, I guess, the question. So, how many total offensive snaps?
Oh, his snap. I'm pretty sure
I'm pretty sure every time he was on the field for a snap, he got a touch.
His touch share here.
Because is that in Tluge Tools? Do you have that stat?
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely mind-boggling. And what's even crazier about this is that he's not the RB1 over JT still. Actually, after this game, he is.
After this game, he is. Yes, he finally.
But they don't. They're by. They have. He has an extra game over him.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And JT also just kind of fucked off this particular game. I don't know what the hell was going on. I didn't get a chance to watch it, so.
It was defensive masterclass by Spagnuolo. That's really what it boiled down to.
I mean, that tracks.
Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Here's Slush Tools. So we have a number of offensive snaps, 58. and I think he had 34 touches in this game. So he's basically half.
Well, no, I'm just saying okay. So that 58 times 83%.
Oh, no. That's 58 snaps, and he got 34 touches in this game.
No, I know. But he only played 83. There's 58. He played 58 total snaps, or the
Correct.
49ers played?
Oh, the full total. Oh, I see what you said. Yeah.
Right? Because I think the 49ers played 58 total snaps. So
it's easy. It's north of a third. It's more than a third of the offensive snaps.
It's 37 out of 48, basically.
Which is insane. It's just astronomical.
It's
the usage.
77% of the time he's on the field, he gets a touch.
Yeah.
So it's, basically 1 in 5.
Which tracks with the eye test. It's just like every time he's on the field, it's just, the ball's going to...
Yeah.
It's that meme I posted.
3 out of 4 times, the Christian McCaffrey is getting the ball.
Yeah.
If the 49ers are running an offensive play and he's on the field.
I don't understand how, as a
Why aren't you
defensive
just selling out to spy him?
Yeah, it's like...
what the fuck is that?
I don't understand, man.
Give your middle linebacker the assignment to spy McCaffrey the entire fucking game.
Yeah. Just follow him and just tackle him immediately. If he's doing anything, if he's lining up out wide, you just hit him.
Hit him. Defend the pass, hit him.
Because he's the wide receiver 1 and the running back 1 for this team. They're like Brendan Ayuk, Parasol, Kittle. They don't matter. They literally don't matter. It's just CMC.
And it's what is fucking bananas to me is that this man is just exactly my size too. Like, what are you doing? Hit him! Like, there are people 100 pounds heavier than you on this field that should be hitting you regularly.
And he's also jacked. You're not jacked, Steve.
I'm not jacked.
You're
but at the same time,
he's fucking jacked.
I'm dad bodding hard. Yeah, absolutely. I'm dad bodding hard.
Yep.
I got that Tom Brady physique.
Jesus Christ, that's an image. All right, well, we're trying to keep this a little bit briefer today, so let's move on to the next matchup.
Move on to the next matchup. Yes, those two were great. Good job, key players. We got to talk about Myles Garrett here in the Danny versus Matt matchup.
Yes, we do. This guy is fucking bananas. Stud,
this dude's like about to get the single season sack record.
Mm-hmm.
Because you see what's
he needs
coming up.
5 sacks.
You see Tennessee right there in 2 games in week 14.
I'm
gonna get fucked right then and there.
Yep.
I see Danny and I see Myles Garrett against Tennessee in week 14, and I'm going, oh damn, I'm taking an L. Like, that's gonna be fucking brutal.
He should have had 5 sacks again. The Las Vegas offensive line gave up 10 sacks. 10. Gino got sacked 10 times.
That's so crazy.
And then I don't know if you saw this, but Pete fired Chip Kelly after the game.
I did see that.
Which is
so the second time Pete has ever fired a coordinator mid.
I feel like it happened mid-game. Like he called him up with the heads. It's like, hey, Chip,
this is over.
You're done.
Yeah, probably.
The vibes in Vegas are just horrendous. Like we've been talking about it the last month or so with Joe, but man,
I saw this really great article in The Guardian about how much of this is Tom Brady's fault, but it's also the guy who used Tom Brady to get a minority ownership stake. It's some former sportscaster who's really into the Raiders. But he's the one actually making the decisions that Brady is then signing off on because they're buddies from college at Michigan. And so the Raiders are being run by an inept sportscaster who thinks he knows ball but doesn't, because he's a sportscaster, not a coach or a GM. And that is part of what's leading to a lot of the the Pete Carroll pick and kind of stuff like that. Like that pickup and trying to bring him in is because of the media perception of him rather than what he's actually able to do.
Right. I don't know about all that, but the Vegas Raiders are trash.
It's bad. It's bad. I'll try and find the articles so that we can and link it in the Discord after the podcast.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to read about that.
Because it was kind of it was in some detail, but
dude,
not,
the
like,
social media reaction after this game, like all the like pictures from fans in the stands taking pictures of like the players and things like that, it's not look good. I saw a video of Gino hanging his head, walking off the field and flipping off the fans. I saw a clip of the Raiders players coming out of the tunnel and dapping up fans, like they're leaning over the edge and putting out their hand to get, they tap their hand as they walk by, give them a handshake, whatever. Gino just like looks the other way and just ignores all the fans and is just like locked on to the other side of the field, just like head turned, walks past them. The body language is just horrible. The post game interviews, like I think last week or the week before, he was saying like, just blame everything on me. If your kid has a bad day at school, blame it on me.
Jesus,
it's bad. It's bad, man.
Gino is done.
Gino is done. I think sadly Pete is done. I don't see how they bring this back next season. I don't see how they run it back.
There's no way.
Also, Pete looks like way in over his head, talking about.
He does. Yeah. Oh my God.
Reporters asking him, "Why aren't you playing the rookies?" And his response is basically like, "I don't develop players. I'm trying to win." And it's like, how's that going for you, bud? He just seems out of touch. It's sad to see.
When it's like, come on. You're in a bad spot there.
Yeah. On the other side,
Matt's side,
Matt.
You wrote in the notes Colston Loveland 1-0 over Tyler Warren. I don't know if I agree with that.
This was a Joe note, and then Joe decided to. Joe had some hot takes in our notes for this podcast.
Okay, yeah, great.
And I wanted to I had some spicy shit that he disagreed with, and then he put stuff like that in there, and I'm like, Joe, you need to explain yourself. And then he just messages us before we're about to record. Is not going to be there. I'm like, all right, Joe, you don't want to defend your bad takes. That's fine. Joe apparently thinks Colston Loveland is better than Tyler Warren, even though the entire season Tyler Warren's been head and shoulders above this dude. But
watching the Bears will do that to you, because Colston Loveland is probably the brightest spot on that team.
I think what he was talking about is like in the fantasy matchup head to head, Colston Loveland was better than him against Danny specifically.
Against Danny,
but like that's a reach.
Tyler Warren.
Come on,
I think Joe. You got to look at the history here. Like Warren has been. I mean, not that Chicago isn't putting it together right now. They're still ahead in the division by 2 games, I think, against the Packers. So, or not they're ahead by 2 games, but not ahead in the division currently. Yeah. And we still have to play them twice. Yeah. So it's going to be a thing.
As far as Matt's team goes, he'll be getting Omari and Hampton back, which is bad news for him because that's going to raise his max PF.
That's going to bring his PF back up.
And he's going to be battling allegedly Trevor and Ben for the good draft position there. Although he's going to be, all things considered, I'm going to get fucked, and he's going to have great draft picks anyway, so he'll be fine.
It's very possible that Trevor loses the next 2 and then winds up 7-7 and missing the playoffs.
Yeah,
that is 100%.
I think that's kind of what he's resigned himself to at this point.
But if he sneaks in, he's still going to be a problem for people theoretically.
Yeah, he's like the Chiefs, man. He just gets better.
Yeah, he's just going to be like, how does this happen? Yeah, except.
It's just this running back duo of Isaiah Davis and Blake Corum is just like an absolute shit stain on your roster right now.
Awful. Yeah, it's really bad. It's a really good PF. You put your.
He's playing his best players though, which sucks because he traded Cam Scatterby because and not that that would have mattered at this point, but Omari Hampton's been injured, and I'm pretty sure he was banking on Isaiah Davis to be the running back one after Breece Hall turned into let's say Kansas City Chief based on the reports, but that didn't happen.
Right. It didn't go. So,
and then JMO is just inconsistent as fuck now, which
JMO is, has always kind of been streaky, but
2 donuts, man. It's the Gabe Davis Supreme, basically.
Jumbo Gabe Davis, the extra Gabe Davis. Yeah. No, that's rough. I mean, it's great for the max PF tanking but he is definitely a player that's going to get you 0 to 5, or he's going to get you 15 to 25, and there is no in between.
Yep. Bummer. All right, let's talk about My
It's head on
matchup.
to Scott and Casey. Yep. We can circle back to Will Anderson on my matchup, but Daniel Hunter and Will Anderson together are just absolute wrecking ball to offensive lines. It's Houston is good on every single level on defense. Like Al-Shair is no slouch. Fahuga Gods is pretty good too.
I love that we
Like
there's
Toto is a
this
fine
IDP.
and pronounceable name,
Yeah,
but like
there's
why
this
we just continue to call him
IDP.
Fahuga Gods is a good meme.
I think it's
Like-
PFF. There's this fantasy podcast I listen to. It's just this one guy who talks about he does like recaps and he calls Hanky he calls him Hanky Two Toes. I'm like, dude, Fahogo Gods is way better.
Yeah, no, Fahuga Gods
Even though it
is-
makes
is
no
fine.
fucking sense.
It makes no sense at all. But Henry Toto is a perfectly pronounceable name, so shouldn't do that.
So I wanted to bring up this here. Danielle Hunter is a sack artist.
Oh, this is amazing.
right.
This is great. This is vet moves.
Yeah. So he goes in to sack
He beats the
Josh
guy
Allen,
clean.
but then
He's like, oh wait,
right
let
there-
me switch.
right there, notice how he shifts his grip on his leg, so he's low.
So he's down here. He's basically in a position where this could be a hip drop tackle or a penalty.
Oh, this could
and,
be an
like,
ACL.
seriously injuring him.
Yeah, that could be
And, like-
ACL, MCL. This could be a multi-ligament tear if he just like.
This is like primo tape of a player making the adjustment to prevent the injury to his opponent.
Yeah.
This is sportsmanship to the extreme, and it takes like a really good dude to do that. And
Also, just
well
like the
done,
mental,
Daniel
because this is
Hunter.
happening at full speed in a
Full
loud
speed,
stadium,
real
in
time,
against
in,
the
like-
fucking Bills, right? And that's
Against the
Josh
Bills,
Allen.
exactly, and that's
right?
Josh Allen right there, exactly. Like
But-
that, you got to be doing it full speed.
But look at this.
That doesn't
This-
stop Daniel Hunter.
This is so
Like-
fucking impressive how he adjusts his grip. So he releases and then moves his arm, like he moves his grip up to the top of his thigh. So that instead
Yeah.
of tangling up his knees, he brings him down from a higher point of center of gravity so he doesn't injure him.
And then
Just
additionally,
brilliant.
he
Just fucking
he
brilliant.
also grabs the other ankle, further destabilizing him and securing the sack.
Yep.
So the two move here where he pulls the ankle up and then pushes that also prevents the throw. Because it doesn't exactly prevent the throw, but it throws him further off balance and makes that throw more and more errant.
Yeah. That is
So,
art. That is art.
Daniel Hunter is a monster and a professional and
still
holy
whiskey
shit,
dick.
What a great, still whiskey dick, but like that's teaching tape right there.
Yep.
Good job, man.
Yep. That was really good. This is funny. That just because Falcons and it's me. The ridiculous, I have to just play this ridiculous sack on Kirk Cousins here, where the DB jumps over him and then sacks him, is just prime Kirk Cousins. Like what?
He misses it first,
Yeah, he misses it.
He
He
shakes
literally-
off the first hit because he goes too high.
Yeah. So the DB is like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get a sack," and then he goes high
He's
because
too high.
he thinks he's gonna step into the pot. I don't know. This is just horrible
Yeah.
form. This is honestly a really
This
reckless,
is not a
stupid
good job.
play. But he jumps.
This is stupid.
He literally hurdles him. But then
Yeah.
because Kirk Cousins has zero explosiveness, he still
But
gets chased
also-
down by the same guy and gets sacked.
But also, what happened there is he freed up the blocker off number 7 when he hurdled him. Yeah, exactly.
God, the
Bijan
Falcons.
loses him.
Oh my god, the Falcons won this game, but holy fuck, man.
I mean, the Saints are dog shit.
They're dog shit, but they have a good defense, and I think they'll
That's
be a
a
lot better
that's a
next year.
division that the Buccaneers are just probably going to walk away with.
I don't know. I don't know if you saw the injury to Baker, but he has a bad AC joint sprain.
Yeah,
He was in a
I
sling,
did see he
and
got
we're
hurt.
probably gonna
when he was in the
see-
sling.
And again, this affects my team really negatively because now I have fucking Teddy Bridgewater, who was pulled out of coaching high school football to play in the NFL. He's not going to get the ball to Igbuka. I'm so cooked, bro. It's going to be bad.
I'm so glad. This is why Todd Bowles has said Bucky Irving's coming back next Sunday.
Yep.
But
It's
Todd
'cause they're
Bowles
just
is
going to hand the
another-
ball off 50 times.
Yeah, I mean Todd Bowles is from the school of Lion coaches, though, for sure. We've heard this song and dance before from him
Yep.
about how Bucky Irving was going to come back, and then it did not happen. So
So speaking of the
Um,
takes that Joe was going to absolutely roast me about, I was really looking forward to this discussion, but then he disappeared. I have in our notes here that George Pickens is better than CeeDee Lamb. And Joe
Yeah,
is
I do see
gonna
that
rip
note.
my ass about this, but like he is.
He said, "Bad take, try again."
Yeah, he's bad
which
take,
is really
try
good.
again.
I'll.
You
I
gotta
think
you gotta
I
be
can.
Joe here. I
I
understand
think
his
I
point.
can take on Joe here. Okay,
I understand his point.
George Pickens is benefiting from CeeDee Lamb in the same way that other pass rushers benefit from Micah Parsons. You know, CeeDee Lamb is drawing extra attention, and George Pickens is a more than good enough wide receiver, but he's not better than CeeDee Lamb. He's getting better availability. He's facing worse CBs and is cooking people with his routes for sure, especially after the catch. Like he's a really shifty wide receiver, and he has great moves right there. But in terms of actually making the catch and making the contested catches and the downfield catches and running the crisp routes, I think CeeDee's the better wide receiver.
There's where the argument falls apart, though, is that George Pickens is an elite separator, and
He's a great separator, and he
wins
exactly
those contested
so shifty.
catches. And also, when you look at the games,
He doesn't get contested that often, though, because
that's what
he's
I'm
an
saying.
elite
It's
separator.
because he's really good at separating. But when he does
Right,
get
no.
50-50 balls, he catches them. He's really good at it. Like
He
you go
is
look at
good.
his highlights, like even in this for the Steelers, it was insane. His contested catches are like legit circus shit. But if you look, because I knew that Joe would bring up that argument. He's like, if you take CeeDee out of the picture and he's the one, and then he's the one who sees the best coverage and gets doubled. He doesn't. No, I'm sure that's what Joe was going to say.
I know that.
That
I know
isn't
he's gonna
true
do it.
because
Like,
without CeeDee Lamb, when he was out of the lineup, his targets per game, his receptions per game, and his receiving yards per game were all the exact same without.
right,
CeeDee
that's
Lamb.
because they put Ryan Flournoy in the CeeDee Lamb slot, and Ryan Flournoy actually did good things there.
And
Because they're
Turpin.
more of a similar clamp. Turpin to an extent, but he's not as good.
Yeah.
Flournoy is the better player, and the Cowboys are just like linked to Turpin because they need him for the return game, and so they want to keep him happy on the roster and give him
Regardless,
wide receiver snaps.
I mean,
That's my Cowboys
This was more
hot
of a
take.
meme. This was more of a meme. I don't actually think Pickens is better than CeeDee, but I do think that the gap between them isn't as large as you would think. Because CeeDee, yes, he has a much better pedigree and has shown for a lot longer. But George Pickens had the worst quarterback play and also the worst offensive play callers. Before he had Arthur Smith, he had Matt Canada, who ran the worst offense I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
It
absolutely.
was so
just absolutely hot.
literally no motion.
Steelers football.
He basically just had George Pickens run go balls.
30s.
He just had go balls. That was his route tree. Was just run 30 yards, run 30 yards, run 30 yards, 9
ridiculous.
routes. Like it was bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, George Pickens is the wide receiver two on the season, which is insane. And he's going to get a absolute crazy case of bagitis next year and probably fall off the face of the earth. Because George Pickens
Cowboys
needs to be motivated by hate and anger.
They didn't they haven't extended him or anything.
No. That's the conversation they're having is like, do we franchise tag him? Which is going to make George Pickens go absolutely fucking bananas.
Right.
Which I would prefer as a fantasy owner.
Yeah.
Because I want him to be pissed. Because he's so good when he's pissed. It's awesome.
Oh, yeah. When he's got a chip on his shoulder, that's when he's playing his best. That's for sure.
Yep. The only other thing I wanted to say is Kyle Pitts sucks, and that's it. Casey.
Sure.
You had a bye week.
Yeah, he did.
Unfortunately, your best player was Darnell Mooney, which I knew was going to happen, and that made me incredibly angry.
It's got to make you really furious, especially when the second best player is Khalil
Shakir,
Williams.
who was just. I was like, I'm going to lose. I was watching that game on Thursday. I was like, I'm losing this week, aren't I? Because I just see Khalil Shakir.
Yeah.
Check down Khalil Shakir. Khalil Shakir lateral for 80 yards. It was like, why? But Khalil Shakir, good player, underrated as fuck. The Bills are bad right now.
They're still bad.
It's really fortuitous for me that Josh Jacobs had to get sat this week because I definitely would have lost if Josh Jacobs played.
Yeah,
he would have got 2
because
touchdowns.
the game plan was 30 runs.
It was
for the Packers.
I saw the writing on the wall. Yeah.
When we get to my matchup fairly soon here, we'll talk about Emmanuel Wilson with the Josh Jacobs being out thing because dude went off.
It's corny as fuck.
But yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. Not much to say about Casey, unfortunately. I mean, he just literally didn't have any of his players. Like,
All of his best guys were on bye or injured. And or sat.
Or yeah,
like
suspensions.
Suspended.
Casey, you get your boys under control over here. Come on, man.
Iomanor was out. Like Harvey was on bye. Like this is the worst case of bye week hell I think I've seen in a long time.
Oh, it's terrible.
So I needed
this. I needed this so badly. I had not won a fantasy football game in a month.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, I had to come at your expense, Casey. Normally we have really
gimme.
Yeah, Casey and I have a long history in fantasy football. We have an underrated rivalry. He beat me in a championship one year with Juju Smith-Schuster and was talking mad shit to me. So it's been heated ever since. Okay.
Yeah.
I look forward to Casey matchups as much as I look forward to Steve matchups because they're always some bullshit. It's like a divisional matchup where it's just like we're both projected to score 1 billion points, and then it just like turns into this fucking shit show. Terrible match.
Yeah, it's you, Danny, and Josh for me.
Yeah.
There's always
and
weird
Niall.
Shit
So famously Niall.
And Niall. Oh yeah, famously Niall. Yeah, no. Yeah. Famously Niall, but yeah, he's not in this dynasty league. So.
No, he's not. Which is probably for the best. He would probably just not pay attention and just win.
It would be bad. It would not be. It would be not good. It would be like some of the PSYOP league shit.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about your matchup with Kelsey here.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
We'll start with the Jameis stiff arm. While you talk about
we can
just talk about Emmanuel Wilson, and I'll just put this
okay
in the background.
Well, I do want to actually talk about the Jameis stiff arm.
Okay. But I thought you just wanted to throw this in the highlights.
Yeah, no, I mean we can. I didn't put that in there. I think that must have also been.
This must have been Joe, but this was fantastic.
Yeah, because this isn't even
good on Gunner to actually give him a shot there. Like
this is in the wrong spot because I don't have this player. I don't have either of these players.
I don't know why Joe put this here. Maybe
I don't know why they put this here. Maybe it's just
I think I might have put this in the wrong matchup, but it doesn't matter. This is a great play. I think this should have been for Jordan. Sorry, Jordan.
Yeah,
but yeah,
we're getting around to it. Because
that's
such a fun play.
That's legitimately
that is maybe the most fun play this season.
That's one of the best like quarterback receiving touchdowns I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. Jameis he makes Jalen Hurts look. It makes Jameis Winston look like Jalen Hurts right there.
That DB is getting shamed in the film room.
It's like, oh, you can't let that happen.
I think
you can't let Jameis Winston. You can't let old crab legs do that to you.
I think this is what you're talking about, though. This punt return touchdown.
Yeah, no, this is. I mean, sorry, Seahawks fans, but we always got to watch.
To get to the outside. He does. He's got a wall of blockers. DK,
and the blocking here is phenomenal. And then he turns on the Jets.
On the sidelines.
So
DK
choice.
will take it to the house. Touchdown.
Great job. 90 yards. Big man run long time.
Honestly, that game was like so out of reach for them at that point. It was like you can't even be mad. It was just a good play, honestly.
It's just a good play. And then they didn't exactly make it competitive, but there was some garbage time scoring there to, make it.
They made it nice and uncomfortable, right? That was like, we're not going to lose this, right, Sam Darnold?
Yeah,
but he didn't turn the ball over. He
didn't turn the ball over. I was almost hoping for it, but
still gave the touchdown to Charbonnet.
The Titans' defense is not that great either.
No, there's a reason that they're projected to get like Ruben Bain Jr. in the draft. Like
I do see flashes of good from Cam Ward. Yeah. Like I went back and watched a little bit of that game and
the flashes are there,
the condensed version, and I see the possibility for Cam Ward if he can get a good offensive line in front of him and a decent running game behind him. Because honestly, like Tony Pollard is fine, and I think Tyjae Spears is actually the better and more complete back, but they're not using him right. I think we have a free Aaron Jones situation here a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like
but neither of them are that good.
Yeah,
Neither of them are as good as Javonte Williams or not Javonte Williams, Jamal Williams or Aaron Jones. You know,
yeah.
like, but I think it's that kind of situation where they're misusing the backs because of the contract situation generally, and they should be relying more on Tajay because he's as good a runner as Pollard and is more dynamic with his hands. Anyway, I should have said that for Danny's matchup, but yeah, no, I mean that's kind of my brightest spot is DK and Emmanuel Wilson, who absolutely has mastered the zone run. He learned it from Aaron Jones, and he decided to show off to Aaron Jones. And they had a really fun looking interaction after the game, big hugs and everything. So that was cool to see.
Yeah, rip Marshawn Lloyd.
Rip Marshawn Lloyd. He'll be back eventually, I guess.
He won't. He's just going to be on IR he's just going to collect checks from a hospital
on
for
IR.
the rest of his career.
Yeah, I mean that's not a bad gig.
No,
but,
of course not.
You know,
I'm sure he wants to play football.
Yeah, I'm sure he does, but like remember, you're making $1 million to heal from injury.
Yeah, I mean the money's nice, but like these are elite athletes. They want to play.
Exactly, they want to play.
They don't want to just collect checks from a hospital bed.
But yeah, no, Emmanuel Wilson has looked like the better back for Matt LaFleur's system for the past 4 weeks. And I know a part of that is Jacobs being hurt, and I don't want to minimize that.
Yeah, I think that's a take.
He's a really good. No, I'm saying that Jacobs' knee injury has made him a little bit less dynamic, and I think Emmanuel Wilson has looked better in the limited snaps that he's had in the past couple weeks. And Philadelphia game notwithstanding, because that was a Josh Jacobs only game.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, against the defenses that really do suffer against a zone run, he comes out, and this is the first time he's really had enough snaps to really show up like that in that circumstance. But you can see these zone-heavy defenses in Dallas, Pittsburgh, and against New York, because that's mostly because of the injury there too that you see those elevated snap counts. But the kid can play; he's not bad. You know,
it's kind of like the Monongai thing. It's like he's probably not like a workhorse like star running back, but like he's a great change of pace or like good backup that when the starter needs rest or gets banged up, comes in and plays a spot start couple games.
Exactly. Jacobs can do it all too. Like,
it's also good to play against the Vikings who are
bad and beat up.
Like
and
Brian Flores is doing the best he can. It's just that there's not a lot your defense can do when they're on the field.
Super limited.
Like when
long
Green Bay is like winning the time of possession battle,
to just pound the entire defense to death.
Yeah.
Like that was the entire point.
Which is easy to do when the offense
and then
throws
punish
for like
Harrison Smith for being old, you know. And then then our defense just crushed the Vikings offense, and they could basically do nothing. I mean, and the time of possession battle sealed the game long before the score did. Like,
it was basically over in the first quarter. It was like, yep, JJ is going to do the same thing he's done for the last 3 games, and he's going to be bad. And he was bad.
I had the whole thought about, he's really going to uncork something. And then I thought about Micah Parsons being on the field, and I was like, nah, he's not going to uncork something this week. Maybe next week.
He also doesn't have a run.
Good luck on Thanksgiving, kid. You don't have a run game either.
And now he's concussed, and we're going to see the Brosmer show against the Seattle, which is ripe opportunity to just have throw
free
for like
win,
400 yards and 4 touchdowns and no interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, start the Seattle defense and redraft. Like, yeesh.
And then just Brock Purdy the shit out of JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
Or JJ Marcus Russell.
Yeah, JJ Marcus Russell.
You don't want to be compared to Jamarcus Russell, which is what
you do not.
happened to Bryce Young.
Yeah.
And he's inconsistent as well.
Honestly,
he's not Jamarcus Russell bad, but
JJ McCarthy has flashes of Zach Wilsoning.
Oh, it's worse. He looks worse.
I think it's
worse.
I think it's the same in a lot of ways.
It's worse. It's worse. Trust.
It's worse because it's the Vikings, but you can expect it from the Jets.
It's worse. Trust. It's worse. He has elite offensive weapons, a decent offensive line, arguably the best quarterback coach in the game, and he's literally worse than Jamarcus Russell statistically through his first 6 games. It's real bad.
Is he worse than Zach Wilson?
Yes. Jamarcus Russell is the worst quarterback of all time.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
He is like he's like the anti-Mendoza line in terms of like bad quarterback play. If you are worse than Jamarcus Russell, you are historic bad. And
so
JJ,
the Vikings,
it's a small sample size, granted, but
it's bad. 6 games, right?
Yes. You need about 40 to be able to accurately evaluate a quarterback. You need about 40
I think
games.
that's fair. Yeah.
But it's not good. Like the discussion around like what the Vikings do, like they're in a really bad position. They had Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold on their roster last year. And this is where they're at.
Yeah, no. It's that change that makes it so striking in particular, especially because of the fantasy impact to like both Addison and Jefferson.
It's remarkable to erase a future Hall of Fame player in Justin Jefferson from fantasy completely, which is really fucked
absolutely.
up.
It's crazy that is happening.
It has absolutely destroyed my season. Like the Jay Jettas better save my season joke nickname is like trolling the shit out of me right now.
You cursed yourself. There it is. There's the
Vikings cursed me, man. I know Ben's sitting there like, that's what you get for drafting Vikings. But I don't know. I've been shitting on you with Justin Jefferson, Ben. Shut up.
The team's energy is so bad.
No, it's just the quarterback. It's literally the quarterback is the issue. It's really
I hate the radio caller specifically. Their radio play caller is an absolute douche. But
well, he's the kind of dude. You're a Packers fan.
No. But even aside from that, he's the kind of dudes who celebrates injuries on air to opposing teams.
Well, that's not good. I don't know about anything. I'm not a radio guy, like not for any sport.
I know.
The only radio guy I like is Rick Riz.
What about
the Mariners? Because he's a legend.
What about Rabel? Right? Doesn't Steve Rabel used to do the NFL broadcasts?
I don't know, man. I don't radio anything. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I watch sports, man. I don't like listening to sports.
What I used to do, and occasionally I will still do this, but it's hard to get the Packers radio stream these days, or at least a lot harder, is I would mute the game and I would play the radio stream over it because I preferred the local radio stream over the national broadcast.
That's cool.
You know, and that's something you get to do with the magic of pirate streams. So
that is true.
You have to deal with it being a little off sync sometimes, but that's usually okay.
A little bit of a tangent here, but like baseball is kind of the perfect sport for listening on the radio because it's a very linear kind of man-to-man interaction.
Yep.
It's like one thing is happening at a time generally, you know. But with football, it's like I don't know how you can listen to football on the radio. There's 22 people running around doing crazy shit at 22 miles an hour.
You need the visual aspect, but I think it's really cool that the radio broadcast specifically highlights the action of the play in a, just like you would.
They give you, they give you the projections.
They give you the play-by-play, exactly, and you get a little bit more depth usually if you get a really good radio guy.
Yeah, because they'll be able to tell you better than they can in the play-by-play. The announcers for the live feed for the television product aren't going to be telling you that it's like 21 personnel, if it's under center, shotgun, pistol, whatever. They're not going to do that because they don't need to. Because you can just look at it and be like, oh, there's two tight ends and the running back is,
Exactly.
Anyway,
it's a really cool way to also like increase the ball knowledge a little bit as well if you can get it synced up. So I highly recommend it. Support your local radio guy. Especially for the local games. I think it is still Steve Rabel that is calling him, and he's a fucking legend. So on the field and off. So yeah.
Well, anyway, back to the matchup here
for my team.
So on Kelsey's side,
he went fucking off and is finally showing some of the signs of life that you had hoped for him. I mean, like a decent stat line there. The efficiency isn't great for the carries, but the receptions are good.
It's hard to be efficient when your offensive line is this terrible. I mean, this is
toast.
This is the issue with a lot of running backs right now. It's like
and
the offensive line is seriously hampering
to swing him out and use him more in like the screen game, and they're trusting his hands a little bit more. Yeah. And that's shown in the 3 receiving first downs and only the 1 rushing first down.
I mean, this is why there's no good running back 2 in Miami. Is because their offensive line cannot run block. But it's like, why is A-Chain so good? Well,
he's slippery.
it's because they swing him out wide. They use him in the passing game all the time. It's like check down to A-Chain and he just runs by all the linebackers
exactly. Blast by him.
Like Ollie Gordon and Jalen Wright can't do that. So
Janty can kind of. He's more of a
he's a complete
back. He profiles more of a complete back, but he's still fast as fuck.
No, he's a complete back. He's very good. The eye test is there. If people are watching Janty and they're saying, "Oh, he ain't got it. He's not good." They're not watching the fucking games. They're just looking at the box score and they're like, "Oh, 2.7 a carry. He sucks." Yeah. It's like, dude, watch the fucking games. He's running into 5-man front stack boxes. The offensive line can't get any push. Their quarterback got sacked 10 fucking times. They suck.
Yeah, no, but this is what Josh Jacobs used to have to overcome too, and produced similar stat lines. Yeah, generally. Yeah, that's really
the Raiders. Here. Josh Jacob had a much better offensive line than this one, though.
That's true.
Much better.
That's true.
This is,
but
this
there
is bad.
were times during his tenure there where the offensive line was just straight dog shit. And it would
towards
look
the
like
end,
this.
yes, before he left.
Yeah,
it was
exactly. Bad. Yeah, because they've been on that same bad trajectory for a while.
Yeah,
Wandale, fucking Jesus.
Jackson Dart coming back kind of sucks for Wandale because Jameis Winston was hucking the ball to this dude over and over. It was impressive. This was such a crazy game. I was side-eyeing this game because of the context that I know that I'm in a direct competition with Kelsey for playoffs right now, and I was like, "Stop, Wandale, why?"
Yeah, no, brutal.
Really, I really underrated this guy, and I'm coming around to him being the definite wide receiver 2 for the Giants, assuming they don't take someone like Jordan Tyson or Carnell Tate in the draft, because they're going to have a really, really high draft pick. It'd be interesting to see if they go wide receiver.
You don't think they go for a corner?
No, I think they get another wide receiver, honestly, because they desperately need another wide receiver. There's a reason that they've been doing this shenanigan, like the whole thing with when needing to keep Jalen Hyatt on the roster and losing little Jordan Humphrey is a.
I mean, if you have Wandale Robinson, though, awakening, and you get Malik back, you get Neighbors back, then I feel like you're in a much better position there, right?
Yeah, but if Malik gets hurt or if Wandale Robinson goes down, you are in hell.
Yeah, then you're in bad streets still.
Jackson Dart
for sure.
Jackson Dart can sling it. Like they're going to be a very pass heavy offense. They want to be
They still do have
they want to
Theo Johnson,
they want to complement the run with
tight end.
They want to use they want to open up the game with the passing attack with Malik Neighbors and Wandale Robinson and Darius Slayton, and they want to punish you underneath with Cam Scatterbo, with
and Tyrone
leaking
Tracy
out, running through
Terry.
gap schemes and stuff, because Scatterbo has really good vision and can run between the tackles. They want to be a complete team, and you need it. Look at
more wide receivers.
Look at what the Cowboys are doing. They have 2 elite wide receivers. Like that's what they want to do. I wouldn't be surprised, and they have a very good offensive line.
That's what the Rams are doing too, honestly. They just don't have the running back.
Well, the Rams?
Yeah. I don't trust any of
the Rams have been interesting because they've shifted to a very tight end heavy system, which is typically not something McVay does.
It's not a McVay thing.
They're using that to set up their run game and the pass game. A lot more 12 and 13 personnel.
I think it's something he stole from LaFleur, actually. Because that is a hallmark of the LaFleur offense, is a lot of 12 personnel to set up runs, but then also having your pass catching tight ends that are able to block. And that comes from the Shanahan stuff too. Like Kittle is a prime example of that, and they're kind of trying to develop their own Kittle because they understand what a strength that is for the system after looking at Tucker Kraft and George Kittle and doing all of those things and being oh fuck, actually that's a good idea.
I don't know about you, but I am loving the last 2 years this emergence of tight end and running, the way that running backs are being utilized these days. I love it.
I'm into it.
I was not a fan of the too high. I was not a fan of the too high safety 11 personnel packages from 2021, 2022. It was cool to see the high passing efficiency numbers and the occasional deep bomb. that snuck through the two high shells, but for the most part, it was just like it just felt like years of just dink and dunk, running
Russell
back
Wilson
committees, low. No, like it was
like,
literally just dink and dunk, and then just like every team just had like a committee of running backs. Where now we're seeing lots of running backs getting like 20 plus touches, lots of tight ends.
The
It's like heavy
running
packages.
back is more important than ever, and they're less paid than ever, but also more paid.
Man, they need to figure out something with compensating running backs. They need to be able to give them more guaranteed money, like via signing bonus that doesn't count towards the cap or something.
I think there's got to be
Saquon
something.
deserves more money that he's getting for the player that he is and what he did last year. You know what
I mean? Every running back is basically at this point. Like I don't think there's one that's paid appropriately from the minute they sign their contract.
Compared to wide receivers and how important running backs are becoming. Like the NFL is
and tight ends too.
Yeah,
tight ends too are going to catch up to that in a big way. Like you're going to see some big contracts coming through.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts, my boy, is a generational. No, he's. Come on, man, fucking wake up! All right, let's talk about John and Josh.
Yeah, we got to get on to the next one. Oh wait, before we go, hold on. We got to hit this. I do have to see the big man pick six in the pod. We got to get that.
Oh right, sorry.
Trevor Lawrence. He fucked up. He was having a no good, very, very bad game, but kind of turned it around at the end. But this was a really
this is legitimately like
stupid play.
One of the worst plays I've ever seen. Sorry, Kelsey, look away.
Yeah, it's so bad. Like, look at him go! Oh, man, it's so dope. I love the big man pick six.
That's their rookie, right?
I think so. I don't know who he is.
I think that's their rookie.
I know someone had him.
Anyway.
But yeah.
That was terrible. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Love that play.
Let's talk about John and Josh here.
Sucks for T-Law, but yeah, okay. Good. Glad we got that.
John, Kenneth Gainwell is Arthur Smith's new best friend. Congratulations. You found it's like that meme of the Indian dude. It's like Johnny Smith is not my friend. Now Kenneth Gainwell is my new best friend. This is what we got going on. This is just absolutely inexplicable.
Yeah.
Kenneth Gainwell, the historic like backup Jag running back, is just capable of these insane blow up games. The last 2 weeks have been phenomenal for Kenneth Gainwell. Really deploying that 1-2 punch of Jalen Warren.
Well,
Kenneth
who's
Gainwell
quarterbacking for them? Is it still Aaron Rodgers?
It was Mason Rudolph this week because.
Oh my God! Well, no wonder.
Yeah.
Was it also last week? Did he get pulled during the Cincy game?
No, Aaron Rodgers this week got a case of the feels and couldn't play against the Bears because he thought he was going to lose because he's a wuss.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, I can't be looking bad.
I can't lose against the Bears. I gotta own them still.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Tracks.
Didn't happen. Yeah. The Cade Otton play during this game was hilarious. He literally got robbed. So he had the ball, like he caught the ball, but the DB just came up and was like, "Nope, I don't have the clip."
Nope, I got it.
Yeah, but he basically came up.
He snagged it
and was like, "Nope, completely. This is mine. I'm taking this."
Yeah, yeah, completely snagged it from him. Bad in it.
This is kind of a rough loss for John. I mean, like we were talking about during the playoff roundup discussion, he needs to win because his points for is like bottom 2.
Not good. Exactly. If you fall out, if you like, again, like it's next 2 matches are against Trevor and Ben. So like if you for some reason fall out because of everybody else, because there is a scenario here where the rest of the 7 and 5 teams win out, which means you drop 1 to Trevor, and then you probably take 1 up on Ben. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're the 6th seed from points 4, and you get booted.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a huge tie for 8 and 6, basically, at the end of it all. And you're definitely going to get knocked down seeds because of your low points 4, because that's the tiebreaker.
Although on the silver lining of this, though, is that this was a brutal bye week for him.
That's
like
absolutely true.
look at all these. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, 5, 6, 7, 8 players on bye.
Yeah, no, not a lot of chances, not a lot of choices here.
Yeah, I mean Jalen Hurts vultured a couple touchdowns from Saquon, and Zach Charbonnet vultured a touchdown from
He got
Kenneth
one.
Walker.
Diggs
so you're
didn't have a
doing
great
the right
game,
thing, playing all your vultures. I don't know why he doesn't rebrand as like the vultures, like something like vulture themed.
Yeah, no, you gotta get some buzzard or something. Like, yeah, exactly. Get something going.
Get
there.
like an AI generated Squirtle that looks like a vulture. That'd be badass.
Some sort of vulture Squirtle. Yeah, exactly. Bald head or something. There's a vulture Pokemon, right?
Is there? You know better than me. Casey, get on it. Is there a vulture
no,
Pokemon?
I think there is, but it's a later gen thing.
I don't know anything about these.
Maybe Gen 5. I don't know. I kind of got lost after Gen 3, to be honest.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Go keeps it relevant.
Sure. Josh, you benched DJ Moore and we're getting crushed, which sucks. But you had a great week.
You got the Van Ginkel sack you were asking for.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a sack. It was just.
I guess it was a PD.
It was a PD. He had a productive.
It was
game,
a really good.
But,
yeah, it was. He did have a good game.
Latu came through. Devontae Adams rolled back. Like he looked fantastic.
Devontae Adams was great.
I gotta say, watching that game, it was another stinker primetime game, but the Rams look fearsome. Like I don't know if you caught that. Because of your travels and stuff, but there was a segment.
No, I did see most of it.
They, I guess Jared Verse went and worked out with Aaron Donald, and
I did see that.
Basically made him cry.
Aaron Donald ruined him. Yes, I did see that.
Aaron Donald
did watch
is a
that.
Fucking freak. He has got to be the most he has to be like the fittest retired football player ever.
He is crazy.
He could put on the pads and just go play like a game. He just could. And I hope he doesn't fucking do that. But
no.
Yeah, he is a fucking freak. Dude is just a brick shit house. I would not want to be playing quarterback with Aaron Donald on the other side. Let's just put it that way. But the Rams,
for sure,
the Rams just completely stifled the Tampa Bay offensive line. Like defensively, their combination of Byron Murphy and Jared Verse is just disgusting.
And don't forget Kobe Turner in the middle, who is
Kobe Turner, and then they've got some good defensive like the Rams are definitely they're one of the most complete teams in the NFL. They are absolutely Super Bowl contenders.
I think that they're also like kind of underrated is Nate Landman, who
he just got extended. I wouldn't say that he's underrated. He just got a fat bag. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I know. Didn't he come over from the Falcons?
No.
I thought he was with Atlanta for a while. Maybe I'm tripping. Anyway, but no, yeah, he got a fat extension and he is playing like it. Like he is doing great, and as the play caller of that defense, and that they're
you're right.
Like I'm sorry. Unit.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he did come from the Falcons.
He came over from the Falcons.
I was thinking it was somebody else.
But no, he's the green dot, and he came over from the Falcons.
Typical Falcons, man.
He's just going off for the Rams right now. So,
also, the Falcons
in the
just
center of the
giving
defense.
the Rams a top 10 pick. Like, I'm so fucking pissed at the Falcons, man. God damn it. Okay, the other thing I wanted to talk about in this matchup was the Travion Henderson.
Oh God, the fall off. Yeah, no,
it wasn't so much the fall off. Is it? He's just
it's the Ramondre Stevenson return to the committee.
It's the fat slow guy law. I swear to God.
Yeah.
So it's Travion does all the work. Like he looks good. They get down in the red zone. Oh, one thing I do want to point out is they lost their stud rookie tackle in this game. I think they lost two linemen that both got carted off this game, which is something to monitor going forward for the Patriots for sure.
Yeah, that makes the running game kind of
efficiency. We'll see if that continues. Maybe the pressure. They'll have to change their offense a little bit, losing a very good offensive lineman. But Travion gets down in the red zone. They give him one carry in the red zone. Didn't get in. They call a timeout. So Travion's out there, ready to run the next play. They call a timeout. They sub in Ramondre, run him up the gut, doesn't get in. Then they put in Terrell Jennings, run him up the gut, doesn't get in. Then there's like a penalty, and then they do it again. They put Ramondre in again, and then doesn't get in. And then they put in Terrell Jennings again, doesn't get in. And then they kick a field goal. It's like, Can Travion not get another like?
That's not enough downs, guys.
The fat slow guy.
Did they kick a field goal on third down?
No, that was basically what happened. It was just trying to run it in, but they just kept rotating their backs out. But they gave
the wrong guy.
They gave Travion like one try, and then it was just like, all right, get the fat slow guys in. Just have all the fat slow guys do it.
We got to power in. Yeah,
and then it didn't work.
Frabled.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
Yep. The Travion frustrations continue, Joe. It's just it's a thing Josh is going to have to be dealing with here.
It's Travion frustrations, but also, you don't worry about it. You're pretty much a lock for the playoffs. Like, you don't have to worry about him messing with your points for.
Yeah.
All right, on to Trevor and Ben.
Yep.
Our last matchup of the night.
All right. This was really funny because I'm sitting there watching the game, and it's like basically the end of the week, and it's like this is basically
the Monday
over,
night
right?
game.
Yeah, it's like this is like basically over. Trevor wins, and then Brock Purdy just starts throwing picks. And I'm like, oh shit, that sucks for Trevor. And it's JC Horn, who Ben started. So Ben's got JC Horn in, and then he does it again. In the second half, I'm like, oh my fucking god, is this going to happen? Is Trevor going to lose his game because JC Horn just keeps getting the ball from Brock Purdy? Like,
but then he got concussed.
Yeah. But, that was funny. Trevor, I'm sure, didn't think that was too funny, but I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I think it's pretty funny. But Jared Verse went off, and TJ Watt
got another strip sack.
Continues to strip sack.
He is a strip sack artist.
He also tied JJ for their sack record now with this one sack,
which is cute.
And JJ was actually calling the game, so that was fun there too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. I love that sort of shit, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ben, not really much to say about Ben's team. I mean,
the decline of Demont is continuing.
Yeah, really. They really don't need him because they need Jahmyr Gibbs because he's the most productive player on the team. So that's really kind of cutting into his usage. Right. I also was looking to trade for Demont, and I'm glad that Ben didn't want to do that and instead wanted to trade me Saquon. So I'm really happy that worked out for me. But it's kind of helping Ben because it's sinking his max points for the offseason. But I'm hoping Ben can retool his team. And take all those picks and turn them into something good because he needs them, and I want Ben to stay engaged. But he's a sicko. Ben's one of the most degenerate players in the league. So I don't question.
I won't say that about him, but he is certainly committed to the art of fantasy football, and he's
a DJ, bro. Come on.
He's been handling worse situations than this for as long as I've known him in fantasy. Sure. So I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I do too.
But yeah, no, he is putting himself in a good position with all of the picks to, get a lot of dart throws and expel a lot of bullshit.
He's got a lot of chaff in his roster
on the team. And,
I would argue maybe he traded away a little bit too much, and he may have put himself in a bad spot. But
I mean, that's exactly where I was in year one. I've traded away a lot of assets at the end there, and I put myself in a position where I really needed to nail the draft and reload. Yeah. And I did.
I don't know if
the rest is history there, but
if Devontae's got 3 more good years in him, and Saquon's got 3 more good years in him, and Nico Collins got another 6 years in him, he's probably going to be like, kind of fuck that one up. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
I trust that
Devontae probably doesn't.
I don't know.
I think Devontae. If the Rams go to the Super Bowl and win it this year, I think Devontae retires. I think if they don't, he plays one more season and retires.
Maybe.
That's kind of my guess.
I would be surprised. I think he looks too good.
He's still good. He's still great. He could shoot for some of the longevity records potentially.
Yeah, he ain't going to be Jerry Rice. Like Jerry Rice had 2 Hall of Fame careers, which makes him the greatest ever. But no one else is going to be Jerry Rice. Like Jerry Rice is.
I mean, a small
truly
stint on the
generational.
Jets. a small stint on the Raiders and Jets can be excused. And he still produced on the Raiders, just not like Devontae on the Packers did.
No.
So, and he wasn't awful as a Jet. He was just hindered by
He was
the
good.
Jets.
He was good down the stretch when Aaron Rodgers and him were basically like, "Hey, let's pad our stats."
Exactly.
It's the fucking Jets, bro. I'm just gonna throw you the ball, and that was clearly the plan down.
We're just gonna do this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for this week. One thing I wanted to bring up is this is the most grueling week of fantasy football of the year because it's
Coming up.
Thanksgiving. So we have
Yeah.
three games on Thursday, one game on Friday.
Yep.
8
3 games on Sunday.
8 games Sunday, and then 1 Monday. So it's all week. So
Wait,
make sure.
we have 8 on. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Or maybe it's more than that. But anyway, most of the games are on Sunday, obviously. But just remember, there are 3 games on Thursday and then 1 on Friday, which...
Yeah, the 3 Thursday games
weird.
are Lions-Packers at in the early morning slot. I am going to call out the other 2. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but
make sure that you're looking at your lineups. Get players out of flex spots that are playing early. Like
it is Lions-Packers. It is Kansas City Cowboys and Bengals-Ravens. There are a number of fantasy relevant players in all of those teams. Make sure your lineups are set. Make sure your Thursdays are out of your flexes.
And use the auto sub features if you have questionable players that you would like to use in place of players that are playing later. Please.
Yes.
I don't want to be dealing with some shenanigans. So
yes, auto sub for sure. This is the week where it matters the most. So
yep.
Yeah, a fair warning to ye all.
Indeed. All right. Well.
Oh, and what's the Friday game? The Friday game is...
It's the Eagles.
Eagles what?
The Eagles play Chicago. Eagles-Bears.
Eagles-Bears. So that's another one. That's another one that's kind of got a bunch. So, yeah, keep an eye out for that one too.
Yep.
Use those auto subs liberally. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, as usual, defense wins championships.
Steve sucks.
Fuck the Doom announcer, I guess.
Yeah. All right, you suck too, Joe. See you next week.
Yeah, Joe sucks for not being here. See you next week.
What a bitch. All right, bye.
Peace.